is yet another morning. Welcome to the Real Prayer Breakfast. I am Regine, where the word is your food. This morning, God spoke to me, and I wanted to say, God, what did you want me to say to your people today? What did you want me to, just encourage them for? Because a lot of times we get in these spaces where you're like, God, is there a word for me? So today, God told me to tell you guys today to be a good steward over your heart. Be a good steward over your heart. You can't give your heart to everyone. You can't give everybody what's in your cup, because what's in your cup is for you. God gave me this scenario this morning, and it's always when I'm driving, right? On my way to drop my son off today, God gave me the scenario where you are walking and you have 2 buckets, right? And you're walking 2 miles every single day to go to this well. And the well is full with water, right? So every day, you're walking and you're taking your 2 buckets and you're filling both of your buckets up. So you're going to the well, going back home, going to the well, going back home, going to the well, going back home. And suddenly someone else sees that you have 2 buckets and you're going to the well. So they decide they want to join you. And you say, well, you have to bring 2 buckets. They don't ask you why. They just do exactly what you do, right? So this person now is coming with you. The first time, you both go to the well, you both fill up both of your buckets, you both go back home. The next morning, the person comes back with his 2 buckets and says, hey, was your buckets full when you got back home? You don't say anything. They said, because my buckets were halfway full when I got home. Like, I didn't have a full bucket. But both of you guys still go to the well. Your 2 buckets are full. But this time, the person decides to take the journey you're taking, to follow you home. They don't follow you all the way to your house. They just take the same path to get to where they need to go as well. So the person is seeing that their buckets are emptying little by little, but your buckets are still full. Little by little, their water is coming out, and they're like, hey, my buckets are not full. You don't say anything. You take one of your buckets and you pour some into their bucket so it can still be full. Walking. Hey, my other bucket is getting empty. You don't say anything. You take that same pail and you pour it in their bucket. You're walking. And this goes on maybe until you're almost home, maybe until he's almost home. So both of you have your buckets, and his bucket is all the way full. And he's like, thank you so much, man, for your help. Not even thinking about how your bucket looks. You get home, and usually the 2 buckets that you bring home on a normal day, both of them, hear me, both of them are half full. So you at least have enough in one bucket to put in the other bucket so you can have a full bucket. But this time, you only have 1 bucket that's halfway full. God spoke to me this morning and said, Sierra, I am the well, and I give them living water. That bucket is a covering for what I give my children. And there's a lot of times that people are walking on this journey, the journey home that I was talking about. That is a journey that God has you on. Everybody has their own path and their own journey that God wants to take them on. But sometimes there are going to be people who don't do the work that you do. And because you have such a caring heart and an open heart, you just give. God told me to tell you guys this morning, stop pouring from an empty cup. You give away the overflow. You don't give what's in your cup. You don't give what's in your bucket because what's in your bucket is for you, not for anybody else. I will bless you with more than enough to where your overflow, you can give away your overflow. But it is a dishonor to me when you pour what I give to you and other people. You see that other people don't even want to do the work that you do to get to where they need to be with me. But your heart is just so open and you just give. God is saying this morning, be a good steward over your heart. Being a good steward doesn't always have to be with finances. Be a good steward over your heart. What God has for you, it's for you. Don't just give it away. You had to work for that thing. You prayed over that thing. You consecrated that thing. Don't just give it away. It wasn't easy for you. He had his own path to take. Why did he take yours? So this morning, God is saying, be a good steward over your heart. Stop pouring from an empty cup. What you have for you, the water that God gives you is for you. And you be a good steward of what you do with the overflow. Okay? So, that's what God had to say this morning. I hope it resonates with your heart. And I hope that you're a good steward over your heart. God knows that was for me this morning too. So, again, thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. I love you, and I mean it.